Tonight is not ordinary. There are moments in life that pass quietly, and then there are moments that shift something deep inside your soul forever. This is one of those moments. Because while you were going through your normal day, while you were carrying silent stress, hidden pain, unanswered prayers, and thoughts you never told anyone about, something was already moving behind the scenes in your favor. A blessing, a breakthrough, a sudden turning point you thought would never come. And the strange thing is, you almost missed this message completely. But somehow at this exact moment, these words found you. That is not coincidence, because there are certain seasons where heaven whispers before it moves. And if you listen carefully tonight, you can feel it. Something is changing. For a long time, you have been carrying battles nobody fully understands. You smiled in front of people while fighting silent wars inside yourself. You stayed strong when you were exhausted. You kept praying even during moments when it felt like nothing was changing. And there were nights when you wondered if heaven had forgotten your name completely. But listen carefully to this. Delayed does not mean denied. There are blessings that arrive late because they are bigger than what you originally imagined. And what is coming into your life now is not small. This is not a temporary moment of relief. This is the beginning of a shift, a real shift. The kind that changes your atmosphere, your mindset, your relationships, your opportunities, and the direction of your future. Because something is finally broken in the spiritual pressure surrounding your life. The weight you have been carrying for months, maybe even years, is beginning to crack. You may not fully see it yet, but you can feel it. That strange feeling in your chest lately. That sense that something important is about to happen. That emotional pull telling you not to give up right before the breakthrough. It is there for a reason. Your spirit recognizes movement before your eyes do. And right now, movement has already begun. Doors that stayed closed are starting to loosen. Situations that looked impossible are quietly rearranging themselves behind the scenes. People who forgot about you are about to remember you. Conversations are shifting in rooms you have never entered. Your name is being mentioned in places you know nothing about yet. And while you have been worrying about how things will happen, heaven has already been setting things into motion. That opportunity, that financial breakthrough, that healing, that answer you have cried over. It has not disappeared. It was simply waiting for the right time. You need to understand something powerful tonight. Some blessings cannot arrive while you are still becoming the person capable of carrying them. That waiting season was not punishment. It was preparation. Every disappointment taught you something. Every delay strengthened something inside you. Every betrayal revealed who truly belongs in your life. And even though the process hurt, it transformed you. You are not the same person you were a year ago. You have survived things that should have broken you completely. And heaven saw every silent battle you fought alone. Every tear, every moment you almost gave up, every prayer whispered quietly into the darkness. None of it was ignored. Sometimes people think miracles only happen in dramatic ways, but often miracles begin invisibly. A sudden feeling of peace, a random phone call, an unexpected opportunity. A door reopening after you thought it was permanently shut. One conversation changing everything. One decision redirecting your entire future. That is how breakthroughs often begin, quietly. But once they arrive, everything changes quickly. And that is the season approaching your life now. Acceleration. Things that stayed delayed for years can suddenly shift within days. Because when the timing is finally aligned, what was blocked begins flowing rapidly. You are entering a season where things will no longer feel constantly stuck. The cycle is breaking. The emotional exhaustion, the constant disappointments, the feeling of always being almost there. That season is ending, and deep inside you already know it. That is why this message feels different. Because something in your soul recognizes confirmation when it hears it. There were moments when people underestimated you. Moments when others dismissed your dreams. Some even mocked your faith and your hope. They looked at your struggles and assumed your story would never change. But they never saw what was happening spiritually behind the scenes. They never saw how much strength it took for you to keep going. They never saw the nights you fought silent anxiety. The mornings you woke up tired but kept moving anyway. The emotional battles you hid behind a smile. But heaven saw it all, and now your endurance is about to produce visible results. Not just internal healing, visible change. The kind of change that makes people stop and ask, how did this happen so suddenly? But it was never sudden. It was building quietly the entire time. That is how divine timing works. People only notice the breakthrough, they do not see the long process that came before it. And your process has been heavy, especially because you have been carrying generational burdens that were never meant to end with you. Cycles of struggle, cycles of fear, cycles of emotional pain, cycles of limitation. But you are becoming the interruption to those patterns, the cycle breaker, the person who changes the direction of the family story. That is why your battles felt unusually intense. Because your breakthrough is not only connected to you, it is connected to everyone who comes after you. And despite all the pressure, you survived. That matters more than you realize. You survived seasons that should have destroyed your confidence. You survived heartbreak that almost hardened your heart completely. You survived disappointment without losing your ability to hope. That resilience qualified you for the next level of your life. And now the reward season is beginning. Not because you are perfect, not because life suddenly became easy, but because you stayed standing when giving up would have been easier. There is also someone listening to this right now who feels emotionally exhausted. You have been pretending to be okay for too long. You have been carrying responsibility silently while feeling unsupported. And lately, you have wondered if things will ever truly improve. Listen carefully. You are closer than you think. The breakthrough often comes right after the season where everything feels heaviest, because pressure builds before release, and release is coming. You are about to experience moments that remind you life can still surprise you beautifully. Unexpected favor, unexpected peace, unexpected restoration. Things you thought were permanently lost beginning to return in a healthier form. And yes, some people who walked away may suddenly reappear. Not everyone who left your life understood your value immediately. Distance creates clarity, and your absence has taught certain people lessons they refused to learn while you were close to them. But whether people return or not, your future is no longer dependent on who rejected you. That chapter is closing. You are entering a season where what belongs to you will arrive with clarity, consistency, and peace. No more constant confusion, no more begging to be valued. No more chasing people who cannot recognize your worth. The right opportunities will no longer require you to abandon yourself. The right people will no longer make you question your value. And the right season will not force you to suffer endlessly just to prove you deserve happiness. You are stepping into alignment. That is why things feel spiritually intense lately. Your life is shifting directions, and when major shifts happen, resistance often increases right before the breakthrough arrives. But this time, the resistance will not win, because what is meant for you has already been released. You do not have to force it. You do not have to beg for it. You only need to remain open enough to receive it. So tonight, breathe deeply for a moment. Let the fear settle. Let the exhaustion rest. And remember this, your story is not ending in struggle. Your prayers were not wasted. Your waiting season was not meaningless. Something beautiful is beginning to unfold for you now. A door is opening. A cycle is ending. A blessing with your name on it is finally finding its way to your life. And when it arrives, you will understand why everything had to happen exactly the way it did.